And we're back with more Project Zomboid Trailer Trash. Chloe's still in her little forward operating base in the junkyard. And we're still slowly making our way into Riverside. Although I must say, with the amount of effort it took us to get this place up and running, our plans to lure zombies to us have not exactly gone swimmingly. On the plus side, we have plenty of food and water and comforts here, so our base is secure and we can take as long as we need. It is just taking longer than we would like. We've got our ambulance here that we can take into town and try to Pied Piper things back with its siren. It's easier than smashing horn the whole time. I'm not sure if the siren's longer range or not. Okay, so the problem is now we've got a couple of stragglers out here from our last abortive attempt to pull things up here. We'd rather not take things out one at a time with a pistol. We could, but it would probably exhaust... It would almost certainly exhaust all of our 9mm ammo at this point, which we'd prefer not to do. I could shoot other guns out the window of the car, but 9mm pistols are pretty good. Oh, looks like that guy's got a military backpack. Let's, is it a military backpack? Hard to tell in the fog, and I am not getting out to check. Maybe later. So it'd be good if we could at least stack dead bodies in a pile. But it's not always our priority. Okay, yes, we've got a lot of guys just standing here that didn't make it all the way back with us. Zombies are fast, but they're not fast enough to chase a car unless you're really crawling along, and you can't really crawl along if there's zombies behind you and in front of you. So it's an awkward balancing act. So this is where we pulled a bunch of things with that siren yesterday. I don't know how many of those we lost before we got them back to our base. So this side of town's a bit deceptive because we did do quite a bit of damage to it back in the day by running over things with a van. Before we even did any of our firearms training. Way back in the before time. So, similar to what you do on foot with shamblers, you know, we want to try to circle them and group them up into a big pack before we drive them off anywhere. I mean, some people are really good at doing it with shamblers. And it looks like a constant string of near misses and close calls. It's a different mathematics with sprinters though. So your best bet is probably do it with like a little zippy sports car. So one of the dangers of driving this slow is you're going to be pressing W to go forward, but if you tap E, you're going to leave the car. Doesn't work if the car's driving really fast, but if the car's driving slow enough, yeah, you'll jump out when you accidentally tap E once. If we were to jump out here, I would hold down Alt and get back to our base just at top speed on foot. I would not fumble around trying to get back in the car. Although this one isn't so bad. Our truck is awkward because where the door is, if you're off a little bit one way, you open the hood. If you're up a little bit another way, you open one of the storage compartments. But yeah, whenever you're driving, you should always have an idea of, like, if this car were to stall out right now, even for a moment, I'd ditch it and leave, just because we're so close to our base. Okay. I don't know if we got 20 or so. We'd really prefer to be bringing them back in 50s and 100s. Now, I could leave this siren on, but like when we pull our car up, we don't want there to be zombies already in the area to attack us while we're trying to get over that fence. Like there are details, little bits of minutiae to all of this. Okay, so yeah, that fence in the corner does seem to be pulling the zombies right in close to the fence, which was a problem we had before. That's 7 XP for, was that 2? 3 guys, I think. Yeah, if you hit a bunch of guys at a time, you get like this exponential increase of XP. Like we can't shoot with a double barrel shotgun twice. We shoot one zombie. Okay, shoot these Yeah, because that was 2, and that was 3 XP. Let's try to get this 2. And there's another 3.2. Now, obviously, this is going to be very altered by we're a pacifist, we've got a slight XP multiplier, we don't have gun training, but the point remains that if I shoot just one guy, yeah, it's 0.9. So 3 guys with 7 there. So you're getting way, way more bang for your buck hitting 2 than 1, or 3 than 2, or 4 than 3. Okay, so that was a 7. So it really shows that if you're trying to level shooting, this is why shotguns are how you level shooting. Not only can you use them with no skill, if you've got a horde of shamblers behind you and you just turn around and just volley quad shots into them, you level up shooting fantastically fast. Both in terms of the amount of ammunition you're using and the amount of time it takes. It is so much faster to level up ammunition when you're hitting things 4 at a time than if you're plinking them away 1 at a time with some 9mm. Unfortunately, where I thought we'd be able to stand the ground level and shoot through this fence, we're just not getting the right line of sight. Like, up here, obviously, you know, we're getting obstructed by the thing we're walking on, but even downstairs, it just wasn't letting us shoot these guys because it's like they're too close to the edge of the fence. Very strange. And somewhat disappointing because doing this, we're going to be... I mean, if we do 2 fishing trips like this a day, we could maybe kill 50 zombies a day. And look, if that's how you've got to do it, that's how you've got to do it. It's just... I know, I'm thinking at the moment we could probably do better than that with just fighting from the window of our car. Now, part of that's also a population setting. We're on a 0.3 population, and Riverside is a low population town. Yeah, so if we had 5 times the population from it going up to a 1.5 peak, and we were somewhere like Rosewood, I mean, we remember what Rosewood was like, or I could put a clip in maybe. Yeah, way, way easier to drag out literally hundreds at a time and shotgun them down. Although, when we did that, we did almost die twice, so there's that. Okay, it's still before midday. Let's head back into town. Again, we'll have some stragglers in the area who got lost before getting all the way to our base. But we'll see if we can pull one more pack back here. And, I mean, this is only going to get harder as we go further into the town. Like, we'll get bigger numbers of zombies, which would help, but yeah, as we're also getting further and further away. So these guys got close, but not close enough. Yeah. It just... I enjoyed building our little base here. It's just, had we just spent those 7 days just sleeping at home, drive here for 2 hours every morning, spend 12 hours blasting zombies, let's put our window down, we probably would have been streets ahead. So that little XP tracker mod, XP drops, old school RuneScape, I think it's called, something like that. Definitely don't let it distract you while playing. If you find you're glancing at it, then it's probably not what you want to have active. I see you coming us through the trees. Clever girl. At the moment, this is just... It seems like it's just going to probably be easy to do this unless the zombie numbers ramp up quite a lot. We'd like to check these bodies at some point. We'd still like more spray paint, tobacco seeds, maybe some more cannabis seeds. Ammunition's always good. wristwatches and electrical parts, always useful. What we don't want to do is take much damage to the car until we get some propane tanks. As we go further in the city, we really want to make sure we don't leave a big group behind us. Like, there's always going to be a couple trickling in from every direction, but we just don't want to be driving down a street and have 30 guys suddenly in front of us. Now, at this point, that doesn't seem likely at this end of town. I usually prefer to drive around with the window closed until I need to actually start shooting. Is that zombie in a maid's outfit? Right, we'll give this one more try. So we really need to get further in before we start this. As you can see by this one chasing us, there's a limit to how slow we can go. Yeah, I think that one's in a maid's outfit. But this just feels like we should just turn and pistol them. So we're about 10 here, maybe 12. Jam. Get a bit of forward momentum before you start reloading, and just sort of let the car cruise. Be a little bit safer as you're in motion. If a zombie does get too close, he might just bounce off the moving car. So these numbers are low enough that if it weren't for these pistols jamming constantly, yes, we could have done this on foot. Although I say that, but I'd never actually do it. I thought that guy was dead. A couple of stragglers there. There's 3. Obviously this would have been easy before the town was all overgrown with trees. Normally this area's lovely, open line of sight, all these fences you can fight things on. I was going to go down that way, but I'm not very familiar with Riverside, and I really don't want to end up driving into a dead end or down a street with a traffic jam or something like that. I should study the map a little bit more. Okay, so 4 o'clock, we'll probably make this the last batch for the day. Then I'll reassess our entire plan. So it may be the case we go back to the M14, or even using a shotgun out the window of a car. Okay, so we're struggling to get more than, say, a dozen or 20 here at a time. And I don't know, I'm suspecting that crate is doing more harm than good. It certainly gets them to come up and face plant against the fence. It's just, yeah, whatever, they're getting too close and it's becoming very hard to make these shots. We really hope to get like crowds of 50 to 100 and just be shooting it 4 at a time from ground level through the fence. That's just, that is not happening. Why do I keep aiming for a 3rd shot when I'm using a double barrel shotgun? So this is probably the worst of both worlds. We're in an elevated position, which means we could fall off and quickly get killed, which is bad, and we still don't have a particularly good line of sight, nor do we have a lot of, nor do we have a target-rich environment. At this point, I think I'll just clear whatever's down there. So we don't want to be using 2 shots to kill 1 zombie. 2 shots would be killing like 3 to 6 or something. It can be hard to see the zombies when they're up against a fence like that, but that's why you want to have your aiming outline on. I don't have it on for hand-to-hand combat. I find that's not necessary, and I think it looks worse, but for aiming, or with like guns, yes, it's a big help. Okay, let's shut her down. Yeah, tomorrow we'll probably switch back to an M14 with a scope and some pistols and just start blasting away into town. And maybe we'll try moving this crate. But it does seem to be doing a great job of bringing things to the fence. But maybe having it on the corner is confusing them. Little things like that can really come into play. So maybe we'll try it once there and see if that helps. I wonder what it's like on the other side of the fence as well. Because yes, they can destroy it, but I don't know if zombies will just randomly opt to destroy it. Oh well, either way, it is getting late, and I'm going to leave it here. And we're going to pick this up on our next episode. You have a great day, and I'll see you then.